Hello dear children, in the last video we have discussed only 3 paragraphs, and in that we have seen mainly about Louis Pasteur's experiment about the soup, how about dust trap, whether the dust is carrying, the air is carrying dust or not. About this Louis Pasteur did one experiment. It was very simple. He filled some soup in some bottles, then he shown that how whether the dust is affecting, the air is carrying the dust or not. For that he did one experiment by making a bend in the cap in the neck, then he closed that completely because air cannot go into it. Like that he proved that no difference between if the air goes into the soup, it will get problem, it will be affected by germs. Through his experiment he had shown this, that so while I was explaining about this, I already told you there will be number of experiments balanced to discuss. So we are going to start from 10th paragraph. Today we are seeing nearly 3 to 4 experiments of Louis Pasteur, what he had done in his laboratories as a young scientist. So let us begin. This is the only one of many hundreds of experiments which Pasteur made to show how full the air is of dust particles and how germs may be carried by this dust. One of very useful experiment was made to show the difference between pure and stale air. Pasteur again filled some bottles with soup. He took some into a little hotel bedroom where the air hardly ever changed, broke their necks off so that the air could enter freely, and after a few minutes sealed them up again. He then took some bottles into a field nearby and did the same with them. Finally, he opened some on the top of a high mountain and again sealed them up. What was the result? When they were examined, the bottles opened in the hotel bedroom were full of soup which had gone completely moldy. The bottles opened in the field were moldy, but not quite so bad. Those opened on the mountain had no germs in them at all. So here we have seen Louis Pasteur's discovery to find the difference between pure and stale air. Stale means like we can say in a simple way that germs infected air and good air and bad air, we can say like that. So to find the difference between good and bad air, Louis Pasteur did one simple experiment, but it is very powerful. What he had done, he took some bottles and filled soap in that bottles. Then from that bottle, some bottles he took and went into a hotel room, a small hotel room. Because why it is small means the air cannot pass very easily through it. Passage of air is not so simple in it, not so easy in it. So the air would be little bit bad already. So Louis Pasteur took that bottles and went to a hotel room. There he kept the bottles opened. I'm telling in a simple way which you can understand very easily. He took some bottle and went into a hotel room. There he kept it opened, and after some time he closed. So already that hotel room's air is went into the bottles. Then he closed that. Then again some bottles he took and he went to a field. Field means normal ground level, but dust is there already. But it is not so bad like that hotel bedroom. There he went into a field and he opened the bottle and he made free, like opened the bottle and he kept there. So the air can go into it. So after some time again he closed. So he collected the field air also. Then he went into a high mountain. There he kept the bottles open. Some other bottles he took and went into a high mountain. There he kept it open. So what happened? After that he examined this 3 set of bottles also. The first set which is kept opened in the hotel room, which became already moldy. Moldy means the meaning is given in the textbook only. Moldy means covered with a soft greenish material that grows on bread or cheese kept too long in a warm wet place. So easily we can say like this. When we buy bread from the market, there will be a manufacturing date and expiry date. So if we keep the bread opened, after some days you can see some green color on the bread surface. If you have observed, easily you can find out this. there will be some green color on that. So our mother will say, it's gone, you can't have this, and they will throw it out. This green material coming, no, this is called becoming moldy. This process is called moldy. So Louis Pasteur, when he kept the bottles open in the hotel room and he closed that, so the bad air went into the soup. So after some days the soup became completely moldy. The green color came into it, so it became bad. Then second set was the bottles which is kept open in the field. Even that also became moldy, but not so much like hotel, because here it is open area, so always passage of air is very flexible there. But even though the dust particle germs infected dust is went into the bottles, and even that soup also became moldy. But the bottles which is kept open in the mountain area, it was very pure. Even after many days also nothing happened to the soup. So through this Louis Pasteur proved that the pure air always it will be in a high areas. We know that in the mountain areas we will get good fresh air which won't be having any germs infection in it. So through this Louis Pasteur proved that the difference between pure air and stale air, where we get pure air, where we get stale air, these all things Louis Pasteur proved. Nowadays we pay great deal of attention to pure air, open windows to freedom from dust to garden cities. Pasteur was one of the first to show how necessary all these are if we are to fight against germs and disease. Nowadays we keep, whenever we construct some buildings and all, we always keep some ventilation, good windows and all, because we need good air passage into our rooms, whatever the buildings, even it is classroom, hospital room, wherever it is. But before, people don't know, they did not know all these things. We should get fresh air, so they don't make all these things. At that time they were getting more germs infections also. And so Louis Pasteur was the first person to show, he shown the difference between the pure and stale air, and what is the importance of having fresh air everywhere to fight against this germs and diseases and all. So nowadays we know that, but Louis Pasteur was the first person to show this, who shown this. Another very useful discovery of Pasteur's while he was working in Paris was the process which we now call after him pasteurization. Some French wine growers were troubled by a germ which had turned their wine sour. Pasteur showed that by heating the wine or milk or whatever it might be to a temperature of 50 or 60 degrees centigrade, germs were made harmless. Pasteurized milk is milk which has been treated in this way and then sealed to prevent more germs from entering. So nowadays when we buy milk packet from the dairies, we just observe the milk packet. You can see there will be a small 2 words will be written on the packet: pasteurized milk. If you have seen, just go and check it out on a milk packet. There will be brand name, the company name will be written. Then under that there will be written pasteurized milk. This pasteurized milk, this technology or this idea started by Louis Pasteur. Let us see what he had done. Once this French wine growers, they told Louis Pasteur their wine is turning into sour. Now you know that wine must be sweet, then only we can sell it. If the wine is getting sour, no one will have that wine, no one will take that wine. So they had a problem. It was a trouble for them that in French their wine is getting sour. So there Louis Pasteur found, he invented this idea or this technique that wine or milk or whatever it, if you boil, if you heat that in 50 to 60 degrees Celsius, the germs in that liquid will become harmless. So we know that when you go to hospital for some diseases like cough, cold, fever and all, doctor will suggest you to have hot water. What is the reason behind this? Because hot water won't be having any germs in that, because already we boiled that and the germs became harmless. It can't do anything, it became harmless now. So in the same way, if you boil any liquid, whether it is wine, milk or any other liquids, if you boil that in 50 to 60 degrees centigrade, the germs in that will become harmless. This technique still today we use in our many processes, like for example I told you pasteurized milk. Still this technique only we are using that. So we do this pasteurization. This is called pasteurization, the process of boiling a liquid in 50 to 60 degrees centigrade to make the germs harmless. This process is called pasteurization. So who found this? Who discovered this? Louis Pasteur. So this is another contribution to the world of science by Louis Pasteur. So this technique even today we use in our everywhere, in our whole world we use this technique. Louis Pasteur was what we should call an all-round scientist. All the research which he did in his laboratories was meant to help his fellow human beings. It would be impossible to imagine Pasteur experimenting with explosives or poison gas. So we can call Louis Pasteur as an all-round scientist. Why? Because Louis Pasteur, whatever he had done in his laboratories, it is only to help the common people. He never did any experiments with explosives or poisonous gas. We have listened about many experiments, making bombs, atom bomb. We know that many chemicals to give problem, weapons. These all things we have seen. But Louis Pasteur, recently we have seen that it happened in Hyderabad, might be nearby Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam. There we have listened to that poisonous gas killed many people. So these all things. But Louis Pasteur, he never behind all these experiments. Whatever he had done, it is only to help the common people of the world. He never did any experiment with this poisonous gas, explosives and all. He only did experiment to help the common people, poor people. So we can call Louis Pasteur as an all-round scientist. Pasteur founded the branch of science called bacteriology, or the study of bacteria, and he showed what a wide range it had by studying bacteria in all sorts of different activities. For 3 years he spent all his time and energy in tracking down the cause of a disease which had ruined the silkworm industry. He began to believe that most, if not all, infectious diseases were due to certain bacteria which, if they got into the blood, multiplied there and caused a disease. So here Louis Pasteur found a branch of science called bacteriology. Nowadays we are fighting against COVID-19 or coronavirus. These people, researchers or doctors who are studying about this, they study or they do their research in virology department. This is a branch of science, virology department. Here we see about bacteriology. At that time, bacteria were very difficult to find because they are invisible. We have to study about this. So Louis Pasteur started a branch of science called bacteriology. There they studied hours by hours, day by day about bacteria. There he studied about number of, he understood that in this whole world, in this whole environment, there are crores of bacteria, different types, which is causing different diseases, which is helping people. Different types, different kinds of bacteria are there in the environment. Then 3 years he spent to find solution for silkworm industry. There was a problem in silkworm industry. The silkworms, they are getting some disease which is caused by a germ or bacteria, and this all silkworms were dying. So how it is multiplying, how it is killing an animal or an insect. So Louis Pasteur was trying to find a solution for this. 3 years he spent behind this. Then he found, or he came to a conclusion that one bacteria, first it is going to the blood of an animal, then it is multiplying inside the blood, then it is causing disease. So suddenly it is not going and causing the disease. Once it is going to the blood, then it is multiplying there, then it is causing the disease. So first it is a normal once common bacteria, it is going into the blood, there it is becoming like an army, it's multiplying, then it is causing disease or it is killing the worms. So by studying about the silkworm industry, he came to this conclusion. Many other men were working and experimenting against those bacteria which were the enemies of man and which were invisible but present everywhere and always ready to attack. Dr. Jenner in England had already discovered vaccination for smallpox, but inoculation against other diseases had not yet started. So along with Louis Pasteur, many other scientists, they were studying about this bacteria, because bacteria, in one side bacteria are enemies for common people. They are invisible but they are everywhere, they are present everywhere but invisible. So we have to study about this. They are always ready to attack the people, which means these bacteria are there everywhere but it is invisible and ready to attack the people. So we have to study about this. Along with Louis Pasteur, many people were studying about this bacteria. Once Once, Dr. Jenner in England, he discovered vaccination for smallpox. Smallpox is a disease which is coming on our skin, like we can say like small pimples will come on our skin. It's smallpox. So, Dr. Jenner from England, he found vaccination for smallpox. But inoculation, what is inoculation? Inoculation, we can say like to treat a person or animal against some disease by injecting a weak form of the same disease into the body. We can say like, I'll tell you a small example. When we were children, we were injected polio vaccine. You may remember. Polio vaccine. We all, if you check our shoulder, if you check your hand here by the shoulder, you can see a small round, that mark of injection. So up to 5 years for a baby, we should give the vaccination, the polio vaccine. Why we give this? Because we are making an antibody inside our body only. Once by chance in the future, if we get any infection of this polio bacteria or polio germ, it won't work in our body because already we have we are already vaccinated. So this technique is called inoculation, which means to fight against a disease, that same germ of that disease in a weak form we are injecting to our body. That is called inoculation. So here Dr. Jenner, he found vaccination for smallpox, but most of the other diseases there were no treatment protocol. So this inoculation not yet started at that time. So there Louis Pasteur, what he had done, how he started this inoculation, in which way he started, what he had done, these all things we are seeing in the next paragraph. So let us see. Pasteur was trying to discover a cure for the terrible disease called anthrax, which men sometimes get from infected shaving brushes and which was attacking cows and sheep in France and killing them off very quickly. He found out first of all that a cow could not have anthrax twice, but then he began to wonder whether it would not be possible to make a cow and even a man just a little ill with anthrax, so that they might not get it again. Perhaps this could be done by giving the cows or sheep very weak old germs to make them safe or immune for the future. One can imagine how dangerous this idea of giving people germs must have seemed in those days. Many scientists were angry about it, but they agreed to allow Pasteur to prove it by a public experiment. So, Louis Pasteur was trying to find a solution for anthrax. Anthrax was a very serious issue at that time. Mainly it was affecting these cows and sheep in France and killing them very quickly. Once these cows and sheep, these animals, once if it is affected by the anthrax germ, definitely it would die. Very quickly it was dying. When common people also they were getting infection from this infected shaving brushes and all. But it was not a big problem for human. It was mainly problem for this cows and sheep, animals like domestic animals, cows, sheep, goats and all. Mainly it was at that time it was in France. So Louis Pasteur, he wanted to find out a solution for this. He understood that 2 times this anthrax is not coming to the same animal. For example, if one cow is diseased by this anthrax, if it is cured once, again the anthrax is not attacking the same cow. So he understood that once already if the germ is inside the body, then again it cannot come into it. There he found that technique or tip of inoculation. So what he thought now, if you already inject the weak form of bacteria inside to an animal, then again that same bacteria cannot attack the animal. So there we can make by injecting weak germs of the same bacteria. This will make them safe, or immune system will form inside the animal. But at that time people were not ready to believe that, they were not ready to agree this. It was a dangerous idea, because by chance if it is not working, how many animals if you inject the weak form, if it is not working, then all the animals will die. So that was a big problem there. So scientists became angry on Louis Pasteur. They did not agree, but they gave him a chance. They agreed for what? He can do a public experiment. He can't do in his laboratories and all. If he wanted, he can do a public experiment. So Louis Pasteur was ready to take the risk. Pasteur collected some sheep, goats and cows and divided them into 2 lots. To one lot he gave injections of his weak anthrax germs, the other lot was left alone. Then on a certain day, all the animals were injected with most deadly anthrax germs that could be produced. On the third day after the experiment, a crowd of people gathered round the sheds to see what had happened to the animals. Pasteur, even though he was so sure of himself, must have felt nervous. All the 24 animals that had first been protected by the weak germs were perfectly well. The deadly injection had done them no harm at all. Of the other 24 animals, 22 were dead and the other 2 were dying. When the news spread that Pasteur had discovered a cure for anthrax, hundreds of people wrote to him for supplies of vaccine or weak germs, and he had to turn his laboratory into a kind of small germ factory. So, Louis Pasteur was ready to take the risk. He collected some sheep, goats and cows, like we can say 148. Total, he collected some 48 sheep, cows and goats. Then he divided them into 2 groups, 24 in one group, 24, 2 dozens. 1 dozen in one, 2 dozen in one group and 2 dozen in another group. So the first 24 he injected them the weak anthrax germs. Then he left them alone. He kept them one side. Other 24 he made them without doing any vaccination. He simply left them free. After some days he infected the normal anthrax bacteria into all the 48. What he had done, the normal bacteria means which can cause death. So after injecting the normal bacteria, after third day, 3 days, the third day, many people came to see what happened to the animals. So already he told that 24 is weak form of germ infected injected bacteria, the injected animals, and other is simply normal bacteria only injected. So the first 24 which already Louis Pasteur injected the weak form, that animals were perfectly well, nothing happened to them. Even though he injected the normal deadly virus, deadly bacteria, nothing happened to the 24 animals. But the other 24 from that 22 already died because it did not get any vaccination. They already died, 22 already died and 2 were dying. So this became very popular in all over the world. When people go to know that Louis Pasteur found a solution, cure for anthrax, hundreds of people started writing to supply the weak germ or supply the vaccine for anthrax. So what happened? His laboratory wanted to turn to a germs production center, germ factory, because he found a solution that if you inject the weak form already to an animal, then again the animal won't get any problem in the future by the same disease, because already there is a immune system in the body to fight against the bacteria. So through that experiment, Louis Pasteur proved he found a solution for anthrax. Pasteur received many honors from the French government, and in 1881 he came to a big medical congress in London. When he walked down the hall, there was a storm of applause. He looked around thinking that the cheers must be for some royal person, for Pasteur could hardly believe that the applause was meant for him. So he found a solution for anthrax. So French government honored him. In 1881 he came to a medical congress in London. When he was coming, all the people stood and they started clapping for Louis Pasteur. But Louis Pasteur thought that it is for some other royal person. So he is looking around for whom it is. So like that he was looking around. He was not able to believe that these claps for Louis Pasteur. He was not able to believe that. So this incident shows the humbleness of Louis Pasteur. He was coming to a big medical congress. All people were clapping for him. But even though he is looking around, it is for someone else, for royal person, someone. Even though he found this much discoveries, he invented these all solutions, but he is still so humble. That is showing his character there. So that's all for today. I hope you understood today's class. Today we have seen mainly 4 discoveries. First thing we have seen about pure and stale air. Then we have seen about pasteurization. Then we have seen about silkworm industry, how he solved the problem of silkworm industry. Then the main invention is solution for anthrax. So these are the 4 discoveries we have seen today. I hope you understood today's class. The difficult words, hard words, meanings will be given in the description box, which means glossary will be in the description box. If you have any doubts from the class, you can ask me in the comment box. I will be clearing your doubts. This is the 3rd session. I know this chapter is little long, so we have to explain very clearly, so that's why it is going to 3 to 4 sessions. I hope in one more session we can complete the chapter. So that's all. Thank you. Take care. Bye.